EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for the weekend, July 8th and 9th, 2023. Pitch a Tent Rental Company sponsors the weekend video forecast. Pitch a Tent is located in Fogelsville, Pennsylvania, and serves the greater Lehigh Valley and surrounding areas. You never know what Mother Nature is going to give you, and you can count on Pitch a Tent to be all in when it comes to helping you with a party, wedding, or outdoor event. No matter what the event, they want to pitch a tent in your backyard. They rent tents, tables, chairs, lighting, and yard games. They have heaters for when it's cold and fans that blow when it's hot. Rest assured they deliver, set up, and pull out when it's all said and done. Go to pitchatentrentals.com and let them know that you heard about them on this video, and they'll provide you with a 10% discount on your order. They are Pitch a Tent Rental Company in Fogelsville, proud sponsors of the weekend video forecast. So today, if you have anything going outdoors today, it would have been a good day to get a tent reserved for your event, because there is, in a few places, going to be some isolated showers and storms. And I think Sunday, if you have anything going on Sunday, you might be out of luck, okay? Because we're going to have some really heavy rain coming in on Sunday, and I'll get to that in a second. Today we have a stalled frontal boundary. This is actually a cold front from yesterday. I'm going to make this a dashed line here, though, because this is just a weak and nearly dissolved frontal boundary. It's stationary, and this is what it looks like. Nearest that boundary, where that is exactly, will become the focus of any isolated activity today. Now, the short-range models that we use are focusing on the area mainly across New Jersey, and I'll show you that here. This is where the focus of the precipitation is. Now, I think this is generally the idea of where the corridor is going to be today, of that precipitation, of the isolated activity, either a pop-up shower or storm. Could be some locally heavy rainfall, slow moving again, like we've had the last couple of days. But this is where the focus area is. Yesterday I gave you a focus area that was much further in the interior. Today it's further south and east. And it doesn't mean that outside of that outlined area you can't see something. So I'm talking about these areas in between have the best chance. But you can get something, don't message me on a Saturday on Twitter and say, well, it's I'm here in Allentown, or up out here in Mount Pocono. I'm getting a thunderstorm right now. You can get something outside of that line. There's just not as good chances up here as it is down further south and east. So that's our best chance areas, okay, to see those pop-up activity. And it's going to depend on where this frontal boundary is. If this ends up stalling a little bit further to the west here, out here, focus is going to be a little bit further west. But the CAM models are showing it out here, and that's why you have that focus. So this is going to be a combination of sea breeze front and that weak boundary that's in the vicinity. But even though it's a weak boundary, as shown, is going to be a key player for what happens on Sunday, because along that boundary is going to be a wave of low pressure that's out here in the Tennessee Valley. It's going to move up along that boundary and ride it northeastward and enhance some rainfall for us. So we're going to have a lot of heavy rain potential here on Sunday. So today looks pretty good. Saturday looks pretty good for the most part. Most areas are just mix of clouds and sun. Again, that stray or isolated shower in those eastern areas mainly, but you can get something outside of that outline as well. Okay, so here's where we have going forward from today. Let me go back to the global models here, because I want to move those forward to Sunday. Now, boundary is still going to be there. Even though it looks like it's gone, it's not. It's still there. And along that, you're going to have a wave of low pressure moving along that boundary. It's going to head northeastward, okay? So this is going to come through on Sunday. You could have a few scattered showers and storms starting already late morning, early afternoon, ahead of the main batch of rain, which is going to come through late afternoon, evening, and the entirety of the evening. When I say evening, I mean not just 6 to 8 p.m. I'm talking about 6 to midnight, and maybe even a little bit after midnight in some cases, that you have some rain still hanging on. Not something that bleeds into Monday. At least it's going to stop before we get to Monday, and it's going to be a separate process Monday. Well, this is what the NAM has for this shower storm activity. So we get into Sunday morning, which is right here. You see these? I'm using a positive radar that's picking up absolutely everything here. So you see these scattered showers and storms popping ahead of the main line, and increase in coverage during the afternoon. You see these really heavy returns. There's going to be some very high precipitable water content. There's going to be a lot of the upper level flow is going to be supportive for very heavy rainfall. Precipitable water content's high, so there's going to be nothing stopping these. And a strong southerly flow as well, which will enhance the rainfall rates a little bit. So you can kind of have a tropical flow here on Sunday. It's going to feel very tropical. This is not a tropical storm, but it's going to feel like the rain part of it ending, the mugginess that you would get in a tropical storm. This is what you would be dealing with. So you get some very high rainfall rates as this moves to the north and east, and this is going to be taking place. The heaviest, I think, is going to be during the afternoon and evening hours. So as we get the late evening, here's midnight right here, and you can see this is just about wrapping up and moving off to the north and east. You could have some residual stuff on its way out that goes past midnight in the wee hours of the morning. But Monday morning, we are dry. And I think Monday is going to be returning to kind of like a partly sunny or partly to mostly cloudy kind of day, and you have an isolated PM thunderstorm still possible. And that's because as this moves away, here's late Monday, especially across our northern areas closest to that area low pressure moving away, it could become the focus of an isolated thunderstorm on Monday. Okay, so the weekend, tale of 2 days really, because today's really not that bad. Sunday's going to be, it's going to be mostly cloudy. You're going to have a lot of heavy rain. Is there severe potential with this? Yes, but I'm not really that excited with it. Usually there's going to be a lot of convective inhibitors with this, as far as you're not going to have ample sun before this to really get the atmosphere juiced up, but there will be enough instability to at least have a marginal wind risk with this. Wouldn't even be surprised if you see a brief spin up here as we get down here by the Delmarva area across Delaware, Maryland especially. Could have a brief tornado down there as well, but I think further north we're looking at just mainly a heavy rain threat, but you will have the isolated wind threat as well, and then this moves away for Monday. So total rainfall looks like a lot, and it will be a lot. It looks like most of our area is solidly, part of the area here is solidly in the 1 to 1.5 plus inch range, okay? Probably going to be some areas getting 2 inches or even more in some cases. In isolated cases, we get that heaviest rain. But you see some areas here are a little bit less. So around the perimeter here, we're looking at about 3/4 of an inch to an inch. But still, it's a lot of rain no matter how you want to look at it. And I can show you, I can print up a bunch of different models up here. Here's the RGEM, pretty much doing the same thing this evening. So it has the same idea. So we just have to figure out exactly who is going to get the worst of this rainfall before we send alerts on Saturday morning, or maybe it's afternoon. I think it's Saturday afternoon we're going to do this. And send those alerts. I'm not on Saturday. I have a graduation party I'm hosting for my son, so it won't be me sending it. But so I'm not sure about the exact timing of that. If you're a My Pocket Meteorologist member, do expect rain alerts for this particular system on Sunday to come on Saturday at some point, okay? Once this moves away, again, here's that isolated chance on Monday. Then we get to Tuesday and Wednesday. We're back to mostly sunny skies and very warm temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, some places hitting 90 in our southeastern areas, especially by the time we get to Wednesday. This is all going to be ahead of another cold front that's going to come through here on Thursday, late Thursday. Here's late Thursday in European models, a little delayed, and doesn't bring it in just yet, but some other guidance is bringing it through later on Thursday. So we have scattered PM thunderstorms possible on Thursday, especially in our western counties. And this may get hung up again. Another front might get hung up here on Friday, especially if that's slower to come in. That doesn't really affect Thursday so much. We'll reevaluate and see what this does as we get closer next week. Okay, it's going to be a next week deal, but just understand that at the end of the week here, there's a scattered showers and thunderstorms threat with the next cold front coming through that might bleed into Friday. It could be both days or one or the other. We'll figure that out next week. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for this weekend, July 8th and 9th, 2023. Have a great Saturday and Sunday.